CWJ. So today we're going to be making one of my favorites, which is actually the delicious shrimp tacos. So I'm going to walk you guys through the process. So basically I make some shrimp, I saute it, make sure I season it really well, and then I make a slaw. So I do not like coleslaw at all, but one thing I do like is a beautiful cilantro lime slaw. So we're going to go ahead and make that to go under the shrimp. It adds so much flavor and it's amazing, okay? We're going to top it with some really delicious cheese and some avocado. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Hey guys, so what I got right here is some large pre-cooked shrimp. I would recommend using jumbo. And if you can use the one that's not cooked already, that's fine. This is what they had on hand, okay? I wanted to tell you guys, do not worry if you guys are like, oh my God, how much measurements. It's all gonna be linked down below, okay? So let's go ahead and get this started. So we're gonna go ahead and add in some onion powder, followed by some garlic powder. And then we're gonna just put in a dash of the lemon pepper, yum. And then we're gonna go ahead and put in either chili powder or paprika if you don't have it. And from there, I like to go ahead and add in my black pepper, okay? And of course, if you put in black pepper, you need to go ahead and go in with some salt. I just put some on my hand and released it, okay? And then to make sure you mix it in good, I just go ahead and get some olive oil and drizzle all over the shrimp, but not too much, just a little drizzle. And from there, I like to go ahead and mix it thoroughly. Just make sure everything gets through and all the seasonings on the shrimp, okay? So once you do that, then you're going to go ahead and get your skillet, okay? And then from there, I went ahead and added some margarine to it, and I put the heat on high this way that it could start melting down quicker. Once it starts to melt down, then I like to kind of just move it around and make sure it covers all parts of the pot, okay? This way that it could all be buttered up. And then after that, once I get it covered, I'm just going to go ahead and work on melting down the butter. This way we can add our shrimp. So once it's already done, I went ahead and added in the shrimp because the butter was already almost melted or pretty much melted through. And like I said, mine is pre-cooked, so I needed this for about 5 minutes. I just kind of made sure that the butter got real hot and it cooked through and all the seasonings went into that butter, so I was able to baste over the shrimp. So if you guys have you know, shrimp that isn't already cooked, then you know, it probably will take you about 7 to 10 minutes, but shrimp cooked fairly fast, so it's fine. So once I'm done doing that and I feel like, you know, everything is kind of just like spread it evenly, I went ahead and turned off the fire. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, I went ahead and got started on my slaw, my cilantro lime slaw. So what I like to use is I like mayo, but not in the slaw. So I like to use Greek yogurt, and the one I got is Chobani, but there's so many other kinds. I use plain Greek yogurt, and I like to use the cups because it portions it really well to me. So I'm just adding in the whole cup of that because I think it's a great portion. You don't want the cabbage to be soaked. You kind of just want it to be tossed on it, you know, coated. From there, I'm going to go ahead and add in part sour cream. As you see, I kind of just got like a, I use Daisy for this one, but as you see, I kind of just got like a spoonful and I just dumped it in there because you don't need too much because you don't want it to be like too tart or anything. Unless you like it to be a little more tart, then you can add in a little more. From there, I went ahead and added in my spices. I'm going to start with onion powder. So I just went ahead and put the onion powder over that. Garlic powder. And then afterwards, we're going to go ahead and add in some salt. And of course, if you got salt, you already know that the pepper is coming. Black pepper. I'm going to go ahead and add that up in there. Then we're going to go ahead and throw in some cilantro. Okay. And you can use dry cilantro if you don't have fresh. Just remember that, okay? After that, we're going to go ahead and I usually like to squeeze a whole lime in there. So that's what I'm doing. I'm squeezing it. But the trick is to really get all the juice out of the lime. Something I like to do is I like to go ahead and take my spoon that I already had. And I like to just kind of like scoop it in and kind of turn it inside the lime. It gets out all that stubborn juice that's trying its hardest to stay in there. You know, because, yeah. That lime flavors will bring this to life. So once I do that, I go ahead and mix up the whole mixture, and I just mix it until I don't see no loose like, you know, you see all the lime juice. Like I mix it until it's pretty much mixed in really well. Once I feel like it's mixed in great, then that's when I like to go ahead and get my purple cabbage, no, my red cabbage, excuse me. And like I said, you can pre-slice this, but if you get the bag, it is so much easier. So yeah, it's whatever you can find. And I like to just mix it until it's coated on top. Like I said, it should not be like way too much dressing or anything on it. It should just be coated very nice on top, and it should have that refreshing taste. So what I like to do, just to make sure that it is how I like it, I like to go ahead and scoop a little bit on a spoon and like plop some on my other hand and taste it to see if I need to add something else. Sometimes I don't feel like it, but sometimes I want a little bit more. So I know in this time I did go ahead and take the lime and squeeze out more juice from it, because it did feel like it needed a little bit more lime to me. And so I went ahead and did that, and then I believe it also felt like it needed just a little bit more salt, because it was still kind of a little tart, and the salt kind of off balances that flavor, which makes it delicious. So that's kind of what I did this time, but it's season to taste. You guys can add in as little as much, if anything, that you want in this. Okay, do it to wherever makes you feel good. Once it's all good to go and I finish mixing, I'll go ahead and taste it one more time to make sure that it's how I like it. And then yeah, after I think it's all good to go, then we go ahead and move on to the next step. So the next step, of course, I went ahead and took that pan we cooked our shrimp in, and I obviously as you can see, stuff's still in there. I just went ahead and drizzled some olive oil over it, because once you put the tortillas in there, that flavor is going to transfer onto it, which is amazing. So yeah, once the oil gets kind of hot and you see it bubble some, that's when you go ahead and grab your tortilla. I like to go ahead and just plop it down. And then what I do is I kind of just like put my hand and turn it some, which you can use a spatula, you don't have to do so, but that's just kind of what I do. I just like to turn it and kind of press it down to make sure that heat is hitting it. And then I sometimes use my fingers to flip it, but you can also go ahead and use another spatula. I believe I got a spatula too, because sometimes I feel like I might possibly burn myself, and I don't like getting myself burnt. So yeah, so I went ahead and did that. And once it's pretty much cooked how I need it, because it don't need to cook long as the soft shell, I go ahead and take it from the pan itself, and then I just repeat the same process with the other tortillas, and you're good to go. So now that we got our tortillas all cooked up, all I'm about to do is just kind of like start setting them up some and kind of prepping them, just to start getting filled with everything that we already created. Okay, so I'm going ahead and fill in, like setting up the tortilla some. All right, then after that, we're going to add in that cilantro lime slaw with the red cabbage that we made earlier. I did want to tell you guys too, if you have some left over, if it turns pink, do not freak out. It's because the red cabbage dyes it. Okay, so I'm putting it inside one, and I'm going to go ahead and repeat the process on the rest of them. So once I'm done with the red cabbage, you know what comes next, which would be the delicious shrimp that we cooked. So I'm going to go ahead and add in shrimp. If you have jumbo, I usually use about like 4 of them. But the cool thing with smaller shrimps is you can put in way more if you like. It's kind of easier to stuff it more. So large is not a bad option. I just usually use jumbo. But when I was actually filling this taco, I started to think, you know what, I really want it super stuffed. So I went ahead and put in much more shrimps, and pretty much all of mine. I was just like, fiddlestick this, I'm about to shrimp it up. All right. So from there, the next thing I like to do ahead and do is add in the avocado. So I already had it pre-sliced, and I just get a spoon and scoop it under, and I'm just putting it under this one. I'm putting it into the taco. So once I put it in one, I go ahead and repeat the same process for the rest of them. Once I'm done with the avocados, I like to go ahead and sprinkle on some feta cheese. And I love feta cheese on shrimp tacos because I feel like the lime and the feta is just such a refreshing taste, and it goes so well together. But if you would like to use like cotija cheese, the Mexican crumble cheese, you are also welcome to use that. This is just my preference, so don't forget, you can substitute it to your needs, okay? So yeah, once I put it on all the tacos, I like to sprinkle on some cilantro. Not sure why the camera's shaky, sorry about that. But yeah, I like to go ahead and sprinkle on some cilantro on top of the tacos, which I feel like also give it another pop of you know, like a really nice fresh taste, and I just love it. And then I went ahead and garnished it with lime. Okay, so it's super delicious, super simple. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. It totally means a lot, and I appreciate everybody who's subscribed to the cooking channel. I'm almost at 400 subscribers, and I'm so fiddlestick and excited and grateful for you guys. But when I tell you that when you make these tacos for your friends, your family, or even yourself, you're gonna just be smiling from ear to ear. You can also do this with salmon or any other kind of fish. If you guys want me to make any other kind of fish tacos, please comment down below. And comment down below other recipes you're interested in learning, okay? So I'm about to go ahead and show you how the pictures turned out when I went ahead and cleaned it up. And I'm gonna see y'all next time. Bye.